Total Preparation Jankipuram Lucknow welcomes you all to its online program.
Friends, in this video, we would be discussing the weekly current affairs topics from the period of 13th of June till 19th of June. Let's quickly begin with the first question. Which organization has the Employees Provident Fund Organization EPFO partnered with to enable its pensioners to submit digital Jeevan Praman? The answer to this question is Common Service Centers. Employee Provident Fund Organization has partnered with the Common Service Centers CSC to enable pensioners to provide digital Jeevan Praman. According to the statement of the Ministry of Labour, about 65 lakh pensioners can submit their life certificate through more than 3.65 lakh CSCs. The Employees Pension Scheme EPS pensioners are required to submit their life certificates for continuation of pension every year, which is valid for the period of 1 year from the date of submission of the life certificate. Under which agreement has the Government of India issued rules for the import of foreign living species? The answer to this question is CITES. The full form of CITES is the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. CITES is an agreement between countries on the international trade of endangered species of wild fauna and flora, and India is the signatory country of CITES. This agreement came into force on 1st of July 1975. India joined it on 18th of October 1976, almost a year after the implementation of this agreement, and became the 25th member to join. The number of parties to CITES currently stands at 183. The objective of CITES is to ensure that the international trade of endangered species of wild fauna and flora does not pose a threat to their survival. The Ministry of Environment has issued regulations to assess the scale of imports of foreign species according to the CITES agreement. Let's move on to our next question. Which organization presented the Universal Periodic Review UPR3 in the United Nations? So the name of the organization is National Human Rights Commission. The National Human Rights Commission NHRC has submitted a midterm report to the United Nations on the state of human rights in the country. This is the first time that NHRC is presenting this report in the middle of the year, highlighting the government's policies on climate change, rights of women, children, the disabled and the elderly. The NHRC has also stated in the report that the Government of India is also considering a proposal for a Universal Basic Income UBI at an accelerated pace. Where is the headquarters of the Indian Chamber of Commerce located? So the headquarters of Indian Chamber of Commerce are located in Kolkata. ICC or Indian Chamber of Commerce is the pioneer and only national chamber of commerce which was established in 1925. It is headquartered in Kolkata. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently addressed the 95th full annual session of the Indian Chamber of Commerce ICC through video conferencing. In his address, he praised the ICC for its contribution to the development of industries in eastern India and the northeast region. A 5-member internal working group headed by the Reserve Bank of India to review private bank shareholding norms has been set up under whose leadership? It has been set up under the leadership of P.K. Mohanty. A committee or internal working group has been constituted by the Reserve Bank of India recently to review the ownership, operations and corporate structure of private sector banks. The group will be headed by RBI Executive Director P.K. Mohanty. It will examine the licensing guidelines of banking and regulations related to ownership of private sector banks. This group will also review regulations on the holding of financial subsidiaries through a non-financial holding company. As per the current RBI regulations, a provision has been made for the promoter of private sector bank to reduce its stake to 40% in 3 years, 20% in 10 years, and 15% in 15 years. This committee will submit its report by September 30th, 2020. Which Indian state or union territory has introduced an integrated flood warning system called iFlows? So it has been introduced by Maharashtra. The Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray, and Union Health Minister Harshvardhan launched an integrated flood warning system called iFlows Mumbai. This warning system has been jointly developed by Ministry of Earth Sciences and Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation (BMC). It will give warning messages to flood-prone areas 6 to 72 hours in advance. iFlows is built on a modular structure and has 7 modules such as data assimilation, flood induction, vulnerability, risk dissemination, module, and decision support system. After Chennai, Mumbai is the second city to achieve such a system. What is the highest level that India's foreign exchange reserves have reached for the first time? $500 billion is the correct answer. India's foreign exchange reserves have increased by $8.2 billion to reach $501.70 billion during the week ending June 5th, 2020. This is the first time that India's foreign exchange reserves have crossed $500 billion. India is at the 5th position in the list of countries with the highest foreign exchange reserves in the world, while China ranks first in this list. Which union ministry has extended the delivery period by 4 months for capital acquisition contracts with Indian vendors? The answer to this question is Ministry of Defence. The Union Ministry of Defence has recently extended the delivery period for all existing capital acquisition contracts with Indian vendors by 4 months. According to the Defence Minister, this period will be applicable for 4 months, that is, from 25th of March 2020 to 24th of July 2020. This step was taken due to the supply chain crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. What is the name of the healthcare supply chain portal started by the central government? So the name of supply chain portal is Arogyapath. The central government has launched a new healthcare supply chain portal named Arogyapath. This portal was launched by Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR). The purpose of this portal is to provide real-time availability of critical health supplies to manufacturers, suppliers, and customers. This public platform, according to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, can help customers know about important health supplies. Our next question is, anosmia, which was recently in news, is associated with which biological event? So anosmia is the loss of sense of smell. According to the revised clinical management protocol issued by the Union Ministry of Health, anosmia, no sense of smell, and ageusia, loss of taste, have been added to the official list of COVID-19 symptoms. These symptoms are being reported continuously by coronavirus infected patients before the onset of respiratory symptoms. The Ministry of Health has approved the use of remdesivir drug to treat COVID-19. Which state government has signed an agreement with GMR Airports for the construction of Greenfield International Airport at Bhogapuram? The answer to this question is Andhra Pradesh. The government of Andhra Pradesh has recently signed a special facility agreement with GMR Airports for the construction of a greenfield international airport at Bhogapuram. The proposed location is situated in Vizianagaram district, which is about 40 km northeast from Visakhapatnam. The agreement was signed in the presence of the Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy. The State Cabinet has approved the selection of the GMR Group for the construction of Bhogapuram International Airport. Which Bollywood celebrity was nominated by the Niti Aayog to promote the Women's Entrepreneurship Forum WEP? The answer to this question is Sushant Singh Rajput. The young Bollywood actor Sushant Singh Rajput was recently found dead at his residence. He was 34 years of age. Sushant is known for his acclaimed performances in films like MS Dhoni, The Untold Story, Son Chiraiya, Kai Poche, Detective Vyomkesh Bakshi. He was nominated by the Niti Aayog to promote the Women Entrepreneurship Forum WEP in 2018, a policy think tank of the Government of India. The global firms TPG Capital and L Catterton are going to buy stakes in which Indian digital company? Jio Platforms. TPG Capital and L Catterton, the private equity firm in the United States, have become the 8th and 9th investors in the Jio platform respectively. L Catterton, one of the world's largest consumer-focused private equity firms, will buy a 0.39% stake in Jio Platforms for rupees 1,894.50 crores. Another global investment firm, TPG Capital, will also buy a 0.93% stake in the digital arm Jio Platforms of Reliance Industries Limited for rupees 4,546.80 crore. Since April 22, Jio Platforms has raised rupees 1,04,326.95 crore from global investors like Facebook and Silver Lake. Martyapura Rai Jamraj, which won a special jury award at the COVID-19 International Film Festival 2020, is a short film in which language? The answer is Oriya. Martyapura Rai Jamraj, a short film produced by a village group in Odisha, has won a special jury award at the COVID-19 International Film Festival 2020. The film is aimed at spreading awareness about preventive measures for the spread of coronavirus in rural areas. This film uses a comic style to convey the message. What is the annual rate of inflation based on the monthly wholesale price index WPI for May 2020? The answer to this question is minus 3.21%. According to a new notification by the Department of Industry and Internal Trade Promotion DPIIT, the annual rate of inflation based on the monthly wholesale price index WPI decreased by 3.21% in May 2020. Therefore, the annual rate of inflation in May 2020 is minus 3.21%. The government had suspended the release of wholesale price index data in April due to nationwide lockdown. Which organization launched e-office application in more than 500 offices under e-governance? The answer to this question is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, CBIC, has launched e-office application in more than 500 GST and customs offices. This application has been developed by National Informatics Center (NIC). This will enable automation of internal processes of handling files that have been manually controlled and will help in improving e-governance as well. More than 50,000 officers and employees of CBIC will use this application. What is India's rank in the World Competitive Index WCI 2020? It is 43rd. The Institute for Management Development has recently released the World Competitive Index. India was ranked 43rd in this index. India ranked 43rd in 2019 as well and ranked 44th in 2018. India's consistently low ranking is mainly due to poor infrastructure and insufficient educational investment. The Inter-Korean Liaison Office building, which was demolished, was located in which country? The answer to this question is North Korea. South Korea recently stated that North Korea has demolished the Inter-Korean Liaison Office building, which was located in the north of the Korean border. The relationship between the two countries has recently deteriorated after this serious incident. North Korea has already threatened to engage in military operations along the border with South Korea. The two countries jointly established a liaison office in 2003 in Kaesong, North Korea. The Kaesong Industrial Complex is a joint industrial area operated by North Korea and South Korea. What is the theme of International Day of Family Remittances 2020? So the theme is Remittances are a Lifeline. International Day of Family Remittances (IDFR) is observed worldwide on 16th of June every year. The theme of the day this year is Remittances are a Lifeline. The Chinese auto major Great Wall Motor (GWM) signed a memorandum of understanding with which Indian state to modernize its manufacturing plant? The answer to this question is Maharashtra. The Chinese car manufacturer Great Wall Motor recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the Maharashtra government. GWM is the latest Chinese vehicle manufacturer to enter the Indian market. This investment is expected to provide employment to 3,000 people. The company has also confirmed its plans to invest $1 billion in the Indian market. NAB Ventures, the investment arm of NABARD, has made its first investment in which rural fintech startup? The answer to this question is Jai Kisan. NAB Ventures Fund, the investment arm of NABARD, National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development, has made its first investment in rural fintech startup Jai Kisan. NAB Ventures was launched in May 2019 with a proposed corpus of over 500 crores. In this Mumbai-based startup, rupees 30 crore was invested as a part of a funding round. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana is a campaign launched by which central ministry? It is launched by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana is an initiative of the Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. This scheme seeks to make high-quality medicines available at affordable prices through specialized outlets of Jan Aushadhi Kendra. Presently, Jan Aushadhi facility is providing sanitary napkins to its customers through more than 6,300 Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi centers at a minimum price of rupees 1 per pad. Which financial institution is the regulator of housing finance companies since August 2019? Reserve Bank of India or RBI? The Reserve Bank of India or RBI rolled back the power of regulating HFCs from the National Housing Bank (NHB) in August 2019. RBI recently proposed to revise the rules governing the housing finance firms, which also included the formal definition of housing finance. The Prime Minister recently started the auction process of how many coal blocks for commercial mining? 41. Prime Minister Narendra Modi started the auction process of 41 coal blocks for commercial mining to open up India's coal sector to the private sector. Ministry of Coal, in collaboration with FICCI, started the auction process under the provisions of the Coal Mines Special Provisions Act and the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act. There is a possibility of capital investment of rupees 33,000 crores in the country in the next 5 to 7 years from this auction. With this, we come to our last question. How many temporary members are elected each year by the United Nations Security Council? The answer to this question is 5. India has recently been elected as a provisional member of the United Nations Security Council for 2021-22 along with Ireland, Mexico and Norway. India's term will start from January 2021. Each year, the General Assembly elects 5 provisional members for 2 years out of a total of 10 seats. In the recent election, India received 184 votes out of 192 valid votes. Earlier, India was elected 7 times as a temporary member of the United Nations Security Council. So friends, with this we come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being with us. We have tried to include few more important questions this time, which would be really helpful for you from the point of view of upcoming competitive exams. Please do not forget to like, subscribe and share our video. In order to keep getting the updates on other current affairs related topics, please press the bell icon. Thank you.